Na kabenta ki khubor baman kasmi pet but subscribe ya u Antor News. Kuble ye phi baro kini long ki khubor bam ta kasmi. Hadu 8000 tali ki skul SSA on Shimti Tnad Education ka Jylla yathu President ka Meghalaya SSA School Association ba Aristotle Sirim bai. Ya katela Shimrai hadin ka Jylla bala pyniaid Commissioner and Secretary bakmi Tnad Education u VJ Kumar Mantri Lembat ki DSEO, SDSEO barlai tili ki sengnong hikai bakenthop yaka all Meghalaya SSA School Teachers Association AMSSA STA barka Meghalaya 4 Teachers Association MFTA. Napdeng ki lai 1000 tali ki bapnyad de kishnong 1000 tali la a yaka no objection certificate ban Aiti no yaka bor pnyad Tnad Education ka sarkar palat 1000 tali ki school SSA. Aristotle uyathu Commissioner and Secretary ula aye ka jingkhen be de ba jing olum ya ki NOC na ki school shnong halor ka jinglong bakloi jongki ban Aiti no ya ka borpan ya na ka SSA Tnad Education. Arflai tri ki school shimen ha is khas hills ki la Aiti ya ka NOC bakloi ban Aiti no ya ka borpan ya na ka SSA Tnad Education ula penram. Halor ka jing bam long ranti ha ka jing ai ka jing pinnash ki SMC be day ba ka jing ai NOC ba ki kloi ban IT no ek bor pnya Tnad Education yathu ba Aristotle na lor ka ne uba Aristotle ula pentip ru ba ka jing yalang kalayakran ru halor ka jing pin bet ranti ikinong hikai SSA ba ka sarkar na du unai wing 1000 arpsaw milayakran yakne kaman bar Tnad Education ba kalayan Lajan Henry bunai menta ban ne kasngi hadian bangilaya kran sanibha ngila shim ya karai bahaswa ban kut ujemang dai ban pendap no ya baro ki kam ki jam ban penbet drinti ikinong hikai ula on
regarding the class 11 admissions. So today we had a very elaborate discussion and many points were discussed with them. So the first point was with regards to the upgradation of the 4 government secondary schools to high secondary schools. So that will be taken up by the government. So over and above that also we had discussed 2 other issues. Number one is with regards to the intake capacity. So we had instructed all the DSEOs to actually supply the admission forms for different streams in which all these respective institutions want to upgrade. So in accordance with that, depending on the response from the students, then the DSEOs will actually take a call on whether the proposal for introduction of new streams in the existing institution needs to be done or not. So accordingly, we've taken feedback from all the DSEOs, and some of the DSEOs had also spoken about the number of students that they are anticipating. So accordingly, many of the DSEOs have actually they've actually supplied the admission forms, and they believe that by now they would have a rough assessment of the students that would come to their colleges or the institutions. So in accordance with that, we have decided that taking into consideration the number of students, because like for example, if you get just 8 or 10 students, then that would actually not justify, because for 8 to 10 students, opening up of a new stream will have to appoint as many as 4 to 5 teachers, so that person will not be justifiable. So depending on the number of students, like for example, if you get at least 30 to 40 students, say for example opening up of a new stream in science in any government high secondary school, then that proposal can be sent to us. Accordingly, we will take the approval of the cabinet, and after the cabinet approval is being given, then we will also give instructions to all the DSEOs to go ahead with the admission process, to go ahead with the new academic session, and for the time being, till the regular recruitment is being done, then the the temporary appointment can be given to all the teachers. So another point which we discussed was with regards to opening up of new shifts. So like for example in Bakmara, the DSEO informed that the response from the students with regards to opening of morning shift is very good. Like for example in Bakmara, considering these 2 institutions, Bakmara Government High Secondary School and Captain Williamson Sangma Memorial College, so we are expecting as many as 350 students. So for that, we have instructed the DSEO to send us the proposal, and accordingly that will be taken up before the cabinet. Well, instructions to all the DSEOs to actually go ahead with the supplying the admission forms to all the students. So in accordance with this, because tomorrow all the proposals will be finalized by the DSEOs before we take it up with the cabinet. So by tomorrow, when all the proposals for opening up of new streams and opening up of new shifts have been received by the DSEOs, then the government will take a call on when to actually close the admission and to also start, or fixing the date for the start of the new academic session. How much is as as per the calculation that we did earlier, taking into consideration the number of government institutions that we have. So initially we experienced that there was a shortfall, but we have taken into account the number of private institutions that we have with us. So going by the data and the number of private institutions that we have, so the data shows that the numbers will actually be sufficient to accommodate all the students, including the upcoming CBSE results and also the ICSE results. If we combine both the government institutions and also the private institutions, because I'll tell you, even private institutions also, like for example the private secondary schools. So last time we had instructed all the DSEOs to actually collect the data of all those private secondary schools who are willing to upgrade. So many of these government secondary schools are actually willing to upgrade to class 11. So taking into account this factor also, we should be safe. Well, we are looking at 1st of June, all right, but of course a final decision will be taken. But as our Commissioner and Secretary had informed just now, that we are looking at 1st June for the start of the new academic session. But a definite date will be given once the proposals are submitted by all the DSEOs tomorrow. Also, with regards to the submission of NOCs from the community managed SSA schools. So initially the deadline was given, but today we had decided to extend the deadline up to May 15th, because we are seeing that many of the community managed SSA schools still have a lot of queries, still have a lot of doubts. So because of that, we had decided to extend the deadline to 15th of May.
They were referring to about some uniformity in sending letters. What does it mean?
Uniformity in sending letters. See, because right now we are concentrating on community managed SSA schools. So there are also other SSA schools which are being managed by the religious groups, by private individuals. So as of now, the format which we have designed from the education department, that is specifically for the community managed schools. All right. So Commissioner and Secretary had also informed that for the others, like for example those run by religious groups and those run by private individuals, they have to give a letter of consent in writing. That means it will not be in a standard format as per the one which is for the community managed schools.
You are also referring to some rationalization of schools.
Okay, rationalization of schools was another aspect which we discussed, because they had raised concerns about schools having no teachers, schools having many students and less teachers. So we had actually discussed this matter at length. We understand rationalization is a very complex process, but we had instructed all the the SDSEOs, all right, and the DSEOs to look into this entire process. So what we are doing now is that we are looking, like for example government schools, the rationalization of moving teachers. Say for example, if they have two teachers, say in a school which has only 15 or 20 students, so one teacher has to be moved to another school which has better enrollment. So we are looking at government to government, and maybe for the SSA schools also we are looking at SSA to SSA. So in certain situations, like for example in certain situations where it is extremely difficult, then we might even explore the possibility of temporary, all right, on a temporary basis we can just attach an SSA school teacher to a government teacher only on a temporary basis till the regular appointment is being done.
Is the government planning to do?
All right. The government of India actually is looking to streamline the entire process. All right, because here we have so many categories of schools. All right, apart from government and SSA, also we have the non-government category, which comprises ad hoc, deficit, and so on and so forth. All right, so now we are in the process, we're trying to streamline. So that's why we are carrying out this exercise to bring, take the opinion of people. All right, this is just a consultation process. We have not yet finalized, we've not yet come up with a final decision, but to take everybody into confidence, take the opinion through these NOCs, and then we'll come up with a final decision on this.
So many community.
As per the data which is being given, because we are still compiling, so we don't have the actual data right now. So as per the assessment being made today, we have around 2,000 plus that have submitted so far. But since we've extended the deadline to 15th of May, we're expecting some more.
Shaban pui sak bentar balai ngi kwa ban pelpa ni nomor bangila resu isu nomor teng ha kabidi bat kini kia nusi dak basai leng baju pi media gila karang sai nak liang jui asian ru lanyon ye ki nak liang jung cs ru bahabi ni bat kham tam ngidon ya kinu kiton ki skul ki badai ki skul snong ki ba orang ba snong lan ne kinu ki bro na ki snong ki bat bor ya to skul tinggal ra hang ne belum badak nu ni ya ki skul snong ki debi hi ban yo ka sarkar ka debi hi ban simti khnang bakan long ka ba kan nong ka jumunto ya ka tuka snong lani ka tuka community mar ka bakan sulingo long bangiyo ka ngitip ba kidon ki community school ru ki bang treban han over bar kumjuru nakaliang kini ki minority ki NGOs ki private owned SSA school pade ki turu dak basai mataksing lara mar belai kumbala kani samane kadon ka miscommunication ha bani kini ki officer dementa dak basai hi ngilong ba khnang ba yikitu ki minority ki private ru kinyo dak basai ha ka bani bajengten ngila nakaliang GCS dapat ha ki DSO but SDSO ban ai yang order ka basai ha ka bini bat kini ki minority bat ki private schools nak benta kani ka NOC dekum juru ha ka benta walai ka bingli kan kani matru kadi ka rationalization yaki noikai kani koi ka mat ka bangila ra nadu kini sem nadu sem badam November 2024 te yakani menta kasing la pressure biang namar belai kumbalong menta nakaliang ka government yaki SSA school nadu arjar khatnyo kala stop ha ka bini bakar recruitment kidan ginang kai juni kibla yo kam no showai kidan kibla khlat batang ha gini sim ladem ginang yo ya ka data na ka department hi ba pras pa tam ginang kai kibla song thai tigidan gini school kiba kikhna kidon rei ginang kai kundon tia kani ru nila nyon ba bat mentang si hankat ka junlang jong ki SDSOs bat ki DSOs nilai ya nakaliang jong ka department kala franchise ba ya kani ka rationalization only on pendep hapo jong ubnai me ta kamut ba yaki noi kai yaki school ki ba duna enrollment kinra no yaki noi kai shaki school ki ba don enrollment kadi kamat ka ba khatu ba ngekren ba ka ba long ka jerap nak banta gi noi kai kham tam itu noi kai ki ba kai haki school ki ba pon ki khna kat ba ka jingdon ke jingduna hi dong ki noi kai
Kumda juban rap hanis kandir hak bai dai bat ka rationalization ma te unanimously hing la shimia ka rai tan banong ba ban pha yekini kino hikai ka long number 1 category ka dai government to government school, second category SSA to SSA school, third category kan dai mix kan SSA to government or government to SSA kani ka long ba nakalian ni unanimously hing la shimia ka rai ban country kam ya kaneka rationalization joki no ikai